All right, so Alex Pereira in the hands of a good player is an absolute nightmare to deal with, and it's not because of his 100 punch power or because of the fact that he has 99 accuracy. No, it's not because of his ridiculous tiger flow state which buffs his curved punches, and it's not because Alex Pereira has a perk for pretty much everything. He has a perk that buffs his round kicks, he's got a perk that buffs his punches, he has a perk that buffs his head movement, he has a perk that allows him to recover from stuns faster. It's none of that. It's the fact that on top of all that, Alex Pereira's animations in UFC 6, they make no sense. They break the rules, they cheat, they go against everything that you think you know, and in this video, I'm going to prove that. Alright, so if I asked you guys to identify this specific strike that Alex Pereira is throwing right now, I think a vast majority of you guys are going to say that it's a lead hook. If you're more familiar with boxing, you would probably call it a hook or cut, like a lead hook and an uppercut combined. But what if I told you guys that this is actually Alex Pereira's lead uppercut animation in UFC 6? Mind you, this is his lead hook combination in UFC 6. Lead hook, lead uppercut. Lead hook, lead uppercut. Now, if you've never noticed this, now you do. And you can kind of see what sort of issues can arise from here. Let's talk about the first one. The first issue is that because Alex Pereira's lead hook and lead uppercut animations are so similar, there's certain combinations he can make you think he is throwing visually even though he is not. For example, no one in this game can combo the lead hook. You cannot combo it over and over and over again. They don't want you to do that. But Alex Pereira can make you think that he is. For example, if I wanted to throw a straight lead hook, lead hook. So straight lead hook, lead hook. I can't do that. The game doesn't allow you. You can't do it. But with Alex Pereira, I can make you think I'm doing that. I can go, and it looks like I just threw two hooks at the same time. I can do a combo that's a ridiculous combo like this. You kind of see how it looks like Alex Pereira is just comboing his left hook over and over again. And if you try to do this in a fight, right, and the opponent isn't aware, they don't know that the uppercut and the lead hook are different, it might make them want to block counter you. You know, because like, okay, if this guy is just going to spam the lead hook at me, which by the way, I didn't even know Alex could do that combo. But if they're just going to spam lead hook, I'm just going to block counter him. Well, that's where you're going to be wrong, sir. Very, very wrong. Because yes, even though you can block counter Alex Pereira's left hook, you cannot block counter the uppercut. Now, just in case you're brand new to the game and you don't know what I mean by a block counter, what I mean is when the opponent is throwing a lead hook, whether they're in southpaw or they are in orthodox, if they throw the lead hook into your lead hand, there's a very small window where you can land a hook with the same exact hand before they can block. It looks like this. Like that. Every single fighter in the game can block counter. It is a very reliable way to punish people who are constantly throwing into your guard. But then again, like I said, what happens when you think Alex Pereira is throwing hook, hook, hook? Or let's just say the player is very smart. I do this all the time with Alex Pereira. Let's say you start things off with a straight lead hook combo and you just keep hitting it with it. Maybe you go jab, straight, lead hook. You go jab to the body, hook to the head. Straight to the body, hook to the head. And you just keep doing this. You keep doing this. And he feels like, okay, this dude is ending most of his combinations with the lead hook to the head. And so he gets ready to block counter you. And maybe he catches a block counter here. Now you switch it up. Now you go straight to the body. And rather than going for the lead hook, you can go straight to the body, lead uppercut. And it looks just like you threw a hook. Again. And if he tries to block counter this, you can't do it. Again, you can't block counter it. You can't. And so you're going to sit there like, what the fuck? My block counter is not working. That's what I thought the first time I came across an Alex Pereira that was throwing lead uppercuts into my guard. I would try to block counter and I'm like, oh my God, you cannot block counter him. No, You can block counter Alex Pereira. You just think you're trying to block counter his hook when you're trying to block counter his lead uppercut. So that's one potential issue you're going to run into trying to deal with Alex Pereira. Now, I'm not just going to call out an issue and, you know, not tell you what you could potentially do about it. Keep in mind that with the lead uppercut and with the uppercuts, you can slip them in multiple directions. And thank goodness, even though Alex Pereira has this freaking ridiculous lead uppercut animation that looks like his hook, you can actually evade it the same exact way that you can evade any other lead hook, even though it seems counterintuitive because of the direction the punch is going. For example, with Carlos Ulberg, this is his lead uppercut. I can slip to the inside, slip to the outside. I can pull it. I can lunge backwards. I can lunge in each direction. The one thing I can't do is duck, because of course the uppercut is going to hit you if you try to duck. With Alex Pereira, it is the same thing. All right, you're able to evade his lead uppercut in the same exact ways. As you can see with Alex Pereira's lead uppercut, you can slip to the outside, slip to the inside, outside, inside. You can pull it. You can backwards lunge it. You can lunge to the side. You can lunge on the inside. All right, so all that works. I will say, though, if you go southpaw, I have noticed that if you go southpaw trying to deal with Alex Pereira, it's almost like this guy has a bunch of different traps set for you depending on what stance you go. If you go southpaw, then the timing to actually slip on the outside becomes very difficult. Right here. See? I got clipped. I got clipped. When you're in southpaw, for some reason, that lead uppercut now starts to hit you unless you start to slip way, way, way early. And it shouldn't work like that. But again, this man's a cheater, and that's exactly how it works. And so if you're in southpaw, I need you to remember, if you want to evade Alex Pereira's lead uppercut, slip to the inside. Inside, this works consistently. Outside works too. Do not duck. It will hit you. Do not duck. It's an uppercut. It looks like a hook, and it looks like you should be able to duck it maybe. It's going to hit you. And if you're the kind of player that really enjoys using Alex Pereira, listen, this is exactly how he throws it in real life. I'm not going to ask EA to change it. That would be completely absurd. This is part of what makes him a very difficult guy to deal with. And it is going to be up to you as the Alex player to start getting very clever. There are some combinations, some very intricate combinations that you can make players think you're doing even though you're not doing it. I'm going to give you guys an example of what I mean by that. In UFC 5, everyone, well, almost everyone was able to do the lead hook to the head followed by the lead body hook combination. This combo. In UFC 6, though, not everyone is able to do it. Some fighters can, some fighters can't. I've noticed that a lot of fighters in this weight class are not able to do it, including Alex Pereira. If you try to throw it, there's going to be a noticeable delay, and it's just not going to combo fast enough. It will look like this. I'm trying to throw it. It's not comboing. It doesn't combo. You see that? Now, Carlos Ulberg, as well as Alex Pereira, neither of them can do the body lead hook into the lead hook to the head either. So in reverse, you can't do head body and you can't do body head for a lot of fighters in this weight class and all over the game as well. But with someone like Carlos, you can go lead body hook, lead uppercut. So you can combo the same hand to the body to the head. You can't from the head to the body. You just can't. I've tried labbing it, figure out like, man, what sort of a hook shot can I throw with Carlos and the rest of these guys that goes from the head to the body? There is none. There's just nothing there. But see that? You can go to the body into the head. But if I do this, it's pretty clear that what I'm throwing is a lead hook to the body and a lead uppercut. That's abundantly clear. It's not gonna look like I'm doing anything else. But with Alex Pereira, you can make people think you have the lead body hook and lead hook to the head combination. If you do this, see that? They think that what you're throwing is a lead body hook and a lead hook to the head. You cannot go lead body hook, lead hook. Alex Pereira, you can't do it. This is his lead hook, lead uppercut. You can't go lead hook and you can't, it doesn't combo. But you can go lead body hook, lead uppercut. And this, I've caught people off guard with this a ton. And a big reason why you catch them too is it's so predictable, this combo, that every single time you go to the body, they think it's a hook going to the head. They try to block counter and you smack them. It looks like this. See how I just did? You can start comboing. You go to the body, uppercut, and they try to block counter. You smack them with the straight because their block counter is not going to work, and it does a ton of damage. And so this is the second bluff that you can do with Alex Pereira, making people think that you're throwing combinations that you're not throwing. You can make them think you're throwing lead arm hooks over and over again. Meanwhile, you're not doing it. You're going lead hook, lead uppercut. That's all you're doing. Very confusing. And you can make them think you're throwing a lead body hook and a lead hook to the head. Very, very confusing. Very confusing. So that's it for Alex Pereira's lead hook and lead uppercut. Work on it, guys. See what you can come up with that. Let's move on to the next thing. All right, the next thing I want to bring to you guys' attention is what happens with Alex Pereira's body hooks. I'm going to start things off with the lead hook. You can kind of see it from afar. It steps him forward a little bit. All right, it's nothing exaggerated. His animation just naturally has like a small step to it, even when you throw it fully stationary. But look what happens when you get close to Alex Pereira. Watch his feet. Do you see how much it actually moves him forward now? It's almost like as soon as he notices you're in front of him, he starts to extend his freaking range. Oh, you're right there? Now I'm no longer going to throw it with this tiny step. Look at this. Barely any forward movement. But as soon as you get close, right here, look at his feet. Look at how much he pulls him forward. Now, I'm going to give you guys a tip here, okay? I noticed this right here. It is faster to evade this by moving backwards if you're not holding low block. The natural inclination is going to be to hold low block like this. You get close, you're trying to back up, hold low block. But look at how it's hitting me. When you do that, a lot of times it will make contact. But if you don't hold low block, your fighter backs up faster. See that? It's whiffing. He backs up faster. So keep that in mind. If you're in front of Alex like this and you know that he is throwing a lot of these hooks, just let go of low block, move backwards. Hold backwards. A lot of times you're going to evade it. And if you have a fighter that has like feather step or a fighter with good footwork, you're going to be able to get out the way. Now that's it for Alex Pereira's lead hook to the body. In my opinion, the rear one is also bad, but the rear one ends up being quite interesting because the stance that you're in actually decides how much it pulls him in for some freaking reason. For example, I'm going to throw Alex Pereira's lead hook to the body. And you kind of see that the animation normally, there's a small step with his front foot. You see that right there? If I go orthodox right here and I get close to him, I can pretty much back up without it hitting me. See that? Throw, Alex. See, I can back up without it hitting me. But if you go southpaw, the distance changes. Now I get hit. Now I get hit. Now I get hit. It's so funny to me. I noticed it just playing. Like, okay. It doesn't even matter if you're in southpaw here. Even if you hold block, right? What I noticed is, too. See this? Holding block. It still makes contact. You have to start moving way early before he throws it for you to whiff. If you start moving when you see his hand begin to throw, it is going to hit you, bro. It's going to hit you every time. It's going to pull him in and smack you. So then, if you've ever played an Alex Pereira who just seemed like he can stay on top of you with the hooks, this is why, bro. Look at this. Because these hooks are moving him forward. Look at how much It's pulling this dude forward when you're close. Like, at least 2 will hit you. Boom! And then you can maybe get out the way. It's like, jeez. And then if the player is, you know, if they're doing this combo, 1, 2, 3, like that. Like, bro. If they're doing that combo right there, and they're going to your head, like your, let's say, right there to your head. Like, jeez, 2 of these will hit you. Like, bro, Alex, chill. Look at how much it's pulling him in. Like, that is insane. So, if you've ever found yourself like, bro, I cannot get away from this guy's freaking hooks, it's because he cheats. The hook is supposed to be stationary, completely stationary, but it moves him forward every single time he throws it. For his rear one, if you want to move faster, don't go southpaw. For the lead one, you can go southpaw or orthodox, and don't hold block when you're retreating, and it's going to pull you back faster. Little things to remember. All right, so the next thing we'll talk about in regards to Alex Pereira is that he has some interesting attacks that will target parts of the body that you're not targeting. So maybe you're targeting the head, but the strike actually hits the body. Or maybe you're targeting the body and it hits the body and the legs at the same time. We're going to start off with a very simple one, and that is Alex Pereira's front kick to the face. This strike right there. You see how this strike right there attacks the head? It hits the head. Okay. If you throw it from a very specific distance, it actually hits his body. Look at that. You see that? It actually hits the body and does some damage to the body. If you can figure out a distance, I've kind of found that with this one right here, if you kind of push him right here, move forward a bit, like push him, step forward slightly, throw it, it hits the body. So you can kind of combo it in that sense to where you can get off 2 shots to the body without your opponent even realizing that you've done it, right? You can go teep, move forward a bit, throw it. Now you've got, because usually when you do that, they'll want to block high once they see it going high, right? And it just hits their body. It's very, very interesting. So that's one, okay? That's the first track I found with Alex Pereira that does this. And you can, I'm sure a lot of you guys are going to get very creative with how you sneak that. Like, imagine a scenario where you've been working their body all fight long, and all you need is just a few sneaky shots to, and the damage, it's not nothing. It's tiny, but it's not nothing. You know what I mean? The next one that I found is this right here. No, not this. Hold on. This kick right here. That is his switch kick to the body, which, by the way, if you didn't know, the switch to the body actually is the most heavy damaging shot that you can land to the body. It's more powerful than this right here. It's more powerful than that. It's more powerful than the freaking knee. I'm thinking maybe not more powerful, even more powerful than that. Look at that. The switch to the body. 30, I mean, look at the amount of damage it's doing. That's a lot of damage. But what you probably didn't notice is, look at the leg health. Do you see that? Watch again. It is also doing damage to his right leg. Like, look at his, I have not kicked him in the right leg at all. And I look at the damage it's doing to it. Again, it's a minuscule amount of damage, but that's a really, really good way that you can sneak in shots to that leg, especially, let's say, a scenario where you've been kicking your opponent's lead leg. You've been kicking their lead leg, and they decide to switch their stance. Thinking, okay, well, there's no way he's going to still do damage to my leg because now I've switched. Oh, you think? You think? And the reason why this is happening, of course, is because of Alex Pereira's animation. Any animation where the foot makes even a little bit of contact with the leg, that's going to happen. I'm going to give you guys an example with Carlos Ulberg right here. Look at, first of all, look at Alex Pereira's knee to the body. Do you see the tiny damage it did to the legs? It doesn't do this all the time. But whenever the foot comes in contact with the knee, look at the foot. Anytime the foot actually comes in contact with the opponent's knee, that foot making contact with the knee does a tiny bit of damage. You see it more with Carlos Ulberg's knee. If you do a forward moving knee like that, his foot always makes contact with the knee. And that does a little bit of damage to the legs, as well as does damage to the body right there. Now look at Carlos Ulberg. He doesn't have the switch kick. But let's go back to Alex Pereira. Switch kick. It is going to always affect the body as well. So that's the next one. The other one that I found that will also randomly hit the body, but you can actually figure out the timing fairly well, is I found when you go for this push kick, move forward a little bit, and then you perform Alex Pereira's forward moving this knee. That knee right there. If you throw it from a very specific angle, right here. Hold on, let me get here. Watch this. Hold on. I messed it up. Here. Look at the body. Do you see the damage that did to the body right there? Get him back right here. Look at his body. This is meant to go to the head, but it is landing to his body. If you're close, it goes to the head. If you're right here, it goes to the body right here. Body shot. And it is not nothing. The amount of damage you're doing is not nothing. That's 11.6. If you're close and you land this body knee, it does 12.2, bro. So you can kind of start to figure out like how you can trick your opponent, right? How you kind of trick them. Hit them with a T. You try to go high. Maybe you've hit them with this knee to the head a few times, and you've been working their body all fight long, right? And now they're worried about it. They see you go high with the kick, with the knee. They think, oh, it's a flying knee. They block high, but you're aiming for the body. You're aiming for the body. They don't even know it. Bam! Body shot. Body shot. This is what you're going to be dealing with Alex Pereira. And what I'm doing with this video is I'm trying to bring a lot of what you guys are noticing in the fight and asking yourself, that was weird. Like, how did damage just happen to my leg? How did damage just happen to my body? Like, what's going on? I'm trying to show you guys this is what's happening. A lot of these animations, because of the way they were captured, because of the knee position, the hand, if they make contact with a different part of the body, even though you're aiming for one part of the body, this can happen. This can happen all the time. Another punch for Alex Pereira that I found that will actually target the body if you throw it from the right range is his jab, his forward moving jab. So this is his forward moving jab right here, right? It goes to the head. Goes to the head right there. But if you stand in at around kicking range, push him back and throw it, it goes to the body. See that? Push him back, throw it. It now targets the body. It does a tiny bit of damage. Again, but this is a sneaky way. And once you figure out that right distance, you don't even need to use the push to get them there. You can kind of eyeball it right here. That went to the head, to the body. You kind of eyeball it. You start to get good at that, where you stand at that right range, go in, tap, and they don't even know you're hitting their body. Every body shot with Alex in this game, as I've showed you, doesn't have to be a deliberate, I'm going to the body. You can play a long game where you're doing a bunch of freaking sneaky shit, you know, stand in this range, oh, hit him to the body. He doesn't even know. Not every single leg kick has to be like, oh, a deliberate leg kick. You can say, all right, I'm going to hit you with a switch to the body. And meanwhile, I just kind of did some damage to your other leg and you didn't even recognize that it happened, right? There's so many different tricks that you can learn with Alex. And if you sit there and you optimize every single thing that I've showed you guys in this video, you can come up with a truly horrific Alex Pereira to deal with. I'm telling you, he has all his bases covered. His perk is insane. He is broken in UFC 6. And I'm hoping that this video is showing everyone just how broken he is.